Senior officers cost Caerphilly Council almost £4.1 million. Coldplay stops tours and Prince Andrews has been seen in public. We will also have all your I'm a Celebrity news from Australia.
Hayes Travel, which bought Thomas Cook after it collapsed, has announced plans to hire an extra 1,500 staff. The travel agent has already taken on 2,330 former Thomas Cook employees, but now Hayes plans to hire another 200 people at its head office in Sunderland, an extra 500 to handle foreign exchange, and an apprentice at each of its 737 branches. The move has been seen as a vote of confidence in the package of holiday market.
But now is expanding further. John Hayes, who runs the travel agent with his wife, Irene, said, we're further increasing staffing to ensure we have the highest customer service levels across all of our stores and our head office functions. He says applications didn't need experience in this sector, just an enthusiasm to travel. The hiring spree will take Hayes workforce to 5,700 people. About 20 million people fly with EasyJet to Europe annually, but there are only 500,000 booked accommodations for it.
A long-running dispute over pay rises for senior officers has cost Caerphilly Council more than £4 million. A Freedom of Information request by Caerphilly's Plaid Cymru group found that the dispute has cost Caerphilly County Borough Council over £4 million. A report at the end of last year said that the costs were expected to reach £4 million by July 2019. More than £1 million of the costs insured with the salary of the former Chief Executive, Anthony O'Sullivan. At this beginning of October this year, in a special council meeting, councillors voted to support a report compiled after a lengthy investigation recommending Mr O'Sullivan's dismissal.
Coldplay have put plans to tour their new album on hold due to the concerns over the environmental impact of concerts. We're not touring this album, frontman Chris Martin told the BBC News. We're taking time over the next year or two to work out how our tour can not only be suitable, but how it can be actively beneficial. Coldplay's new album, Every Life, is released on Friday, and instead of spending months on the road, they are playing 2 gigs in Jordan, which will be broadcast free to the global audience on YouTube. The contests will take place in Amman on Friday at sunrise and sunset. Respectfully ignoring 2 sides of their new album.
The Duke of York has been seen for the first time since he announced he would step back from royal duties over the Jeffrey Epstein scandal. Prince Andrew said on Wednesday he would withdraw from his official role for the foreseeable future. The prince was seen by photographers on Thursday, driving out of his home in Windsor, Berkshire. The Duke of York's ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson, who defended him as a true and real gentleman a day before the Newsnight interview was broadcast, was later seen being driven into the grounds of Buckingham Palace.
We are now going to cross over to our entertainment presenter in Australia, with all your I'm a Celebrity news.
Here's what our celebrity campmates are getting up to down under. On day 5 in the jungle, there was no honeymoon period for new campmates Cliff and Andy, as they were thrust straight into action in the day's bush trucker trial and forced to spend an uncomfortable night behind bars. Andy and Cliff have only just arrived down under, but they weren't afforded the luxury of quietly settling in before taking on their first bush trucker trial. After saying a quick howdy to the new campmates, Deck explained that they would shortly be consigned to a jungle jailhouse, where a rough life awaited them. But first they were tasked with retrieving stars in a Wild West themed trial that featured the usual assortment of beasts and creepy crawlies. In Deck's words, it was a challenge all about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And Andy went first, entering a room which contained animal organs, fish guts, 25 pigeons, 30 yabbies, and unsurprisingly, an absolutely disgusting stench. Despite his tribulations, Andy put in an impressive performance, passing the maximum 5 stars through the letterbox of the building safely into the hands of Cliff. Cliff had animals of a much bigger scale to worry about, with 2 live buffalo inside the bungalow. He felt around for stars in various boxes which included all sorts of beasts, including scorpions, bearded dragons, and mealworms. After his allocated 5 minutes had elapsed, Cliff managed to pass 3 stars through to Andy, meaning between them they had secured 8 meals for the camp. Cliff clearly thought he could have done better, saying, "Sorry I wasn't much help," but as Dak pointed out, 3 of 5 was pretty good. Andy had seemed to have the better time of the 2, declaring that he loved it, before the soap pair were escorted by the jungle sheriff to the jailhouse, which is every bit as basic as promised. Back at camp, the celebrities were informed of their new campmates' trials and now had a big decision to make. Should they keep the meals for themselves, or should 2 of them make the trip to the jailhouse to ensure Cliff and Andy were fed as well? They were all in the agreement in their discretion to send food to the direction of the jailhouse, but were altogether less anonymous about who should make the journey. In the end, they drew lots but Nadine and Jacqueline asked to be exempt from the draw, much to Andrew's dismay. In the end, Kate and Andrew went, but the issue certainly caused a bit of a clash, with it all getting a bit touchy, in the words of Aunt. James remarked, "I think we're heading into an interesting point, because people are getting tired and they are getting emotional." After watching the campmates and their outlaws dig into a meaty dinner of buffalo ribs, we learned the identity of the next celebrities to take on a bush trucker trail. And today it's the turn of Jacqueline and a partner of her choice, Miles, to face a nasty challenge, this time called Snake Hotel. Maybe she'll regret not offering to go to the jailhouse now. Find out what happens tonight when I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here returns on ITV at 9 p.m. And that's your I'm a Celebrity roundup from here to Australia. But for this week, I'll be back on Monday with a weekend catch-up and all the latest news from Down Under. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Amber, and that was the latest news for Friday the 22nd of November 2019. Remember to follow us on Twitter at Abercarn Studios for the latest news updates. And that's it for this week. We'll be back on Monday. Have a lovely weekend.